All right, here we go. We are going live on the road to Ironman Louisville. This is 53 days left, and I'd like to thank Tom Stewart for this wonderful microphone. I haven't been here in a while, and it's not that I forgot I'm racing. I've actually been kind of focused on racing, and I'm doing pretty well, I would say, comparatively to maybe years gone past, where I've been all over the board and just trying to catch up. And I just, in fact, did a run tonight, a 1:15 zone 2 run, 10:17 style. I've been adding up. I've got a dog visiting here. On top of Maddie, and I'm still getting used to it. But anyway, so things are going pretty well, and I'm back on the plan. I was kind of on my own little Wild West for a while. I was just trying to go, what I was feeling, and I was, rotating swim, bike, run, and I was just trying to build up time and doing a lot of 10:17 runs and hitting the pool when I can. But I have, recently gotten back onto Coach Robbie's plan, a training plan specifically for Louisville. And I got to tell you, it's the minute I saw it, I was like, man, I wish I had been on it. But at least the good news was I had built up myself to where this time of the plan, I am right where I need to be, I can tell. And I'm looking at his plan, and I'm reminded of how well thought out it is, and the way he stacks his workouts and gets you to do, I guess, a lot of productive stuff, and like how the days sort of kind of meld together and add up to 2 or 3 day blocks without you really realizing it, and how effective that really can be. And, I've been on this for a little while, a few days, 3 or 4 days. And I can already tell that I enjoy the workouts better than what I was doing. I was kind of out there sort of quasi self-coaching and with no method to my madness. And he has already brought me back in. It's been inspiring, actually, because like I said, I feel comfortable with the actual workouts at this time of the plan, and they make a lot more sense. And I can see what's going on again, and what we're building at and what we're building towards. I would have to say, that aside, I wanted to get on it because I think it's important the last couple months or so that you really kind of get focused and get specific with what you're doing, and especially towards the course itself. And this time around, at this, knock on wood, that I feel pretty solid in all three. I don't feel like super fast, maybe. There years gone by when I've done a lot more faster running, and maybe a lot more, maybe sprinting in the pool, but like I've been having trouble with my sprints, and I'm feel really solid with long stroking. And I talked about that the other time, but I've got I've kind of found my sweet spot with my stroke, and I'm working hard. Like today, I worked 4 hard 500s. I mean, moderately hard. And I found a place on the last one where I wasn't using near as much energy, and I was only like 10 seconds off of a hard 500. So that was the very last set too. So I'm finding sweet spots with my training in that regard, as far as I feel like my endurance and my strength are probably maybe at a better place than they have been going into any other Ironman I've done, because it feels under control. The whole thing feels under control. And now that I'm back on Robbie's plan and we're working specifics, I can see what's going on, and I'm pretty happy with the progress. So anyway, I think tomorrow he's got me back on the bike, and we've been kind of combining some swim run days. This weekend we'll get out and do some heavy lifting with some a long ride, and a double run on Sunday, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a nice test for me. It'll be the longest total day run I've had, but we're going to split it up. think he's got me 45 minutes in the morning and then hour and a half later in the day, which I just love that. I feel like that's what I feel like in a lot of ways he's really master at is um, giving you good volume, spreading it out appropriately, so you have recovery in there, but still using it in a way that makes a lot of sense and it gives you genuine build rather than beating yourself up. We had a question in the group. A lot of people that get closer to Ironman, they start getting a little panicky and they start doing, a lot of race simulations with extensive volume. That is, clear, it's like almost doing a race in a day and a half or something like that. And I know Robbie has a really good method of kind of combining distances so it doesn't fry you, but you get that sort of work in over 3 days. And it's really this, I mean, to me, it's like if you take a nap for a couple hours in between a run, is that really like not, I mean, I think it's the value that it gives your body on the rest side. And usually it's a split run's more like 6 hours between. So I think that, for me, it'll be like a total of 2 hours and 15 minutes of running. That'll be a challenge for me. I don't care how much time is in between the splits. So anyway, those are the little things, the nuances that it's been cool to get back into seeing a program. I'm looking forward to going to Wisconsin soon and watching a lot of people I know race, some of our athletes race. And then after that, we'll be in Chattanooga, where a lot more people are racing that we know. And then, of course, Louisville is in 53 days, as I have stated earlier in this live viewing that nobody seems to be watching. But it is late. I'm a late type guy. And the one other thing I'd like to add is, especially, what happens when I start to swim a lot more is I just remember and get more comfortable with relaxing in the water. And whenever that happens, I start thinking about how important it is to relax in everything you do, swimming, biking, and running. And those are that I would almost have to say that's one of my top priorities. Of course, putting in the work and time and mileage and whatever. But if you can find a good spot where you relax, because I know that when I run, I tense up all the time. I'm pretty relaxed on the bike, I think, for the most part. But even there, especially in aero, you start getting, even though it seems relaxed, you start kind of clenching up and your shoulders and neck and everything go to hell. But so I'm going to really put a lot of focus on staying relaxed in everything I do from here on out. And a relaxed muscle is usually pretty efficient. So anyway, that's that. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing a podcast. I believe it's 192nd podcast. I want to thank everybody for listening. There's been a nice flood of people coming in the closed group, which is if you search Crushing Iron Group on Facebook, you can get in there. Again, I am Mike, the co-host of Crushing Iron Podcast and crushingiron.com. You can go there and see what we're all about and videos and check out Robbie's coaching and his swim analysis and all kinds of things. So anyway, I'm back in the saddle. It's day 53, and I think I'm kind of really going to make a strong effort to go every day from here on out. So it's like about 50 days. And we'll keep you posted. And, hopefully somebody's getting something out of this. Thanks for checking in. We'll talk to you later.